Welcome to our video on keys to become a successful engineer. The International Association of Certified Practicing Engineers is a partnership of academics, practical engineers, and those striving to increase their knowledge and boost their career. The goal is to build an organization with validated candidates' engineering fundamentals, improve their individual skills, and enhance their networking ability. IECPE has three legs. Knowledge provides a standard of professional competence and ethics for engineering, maintenance, and operations personnel. Encourage engineering, maintenance, and operations personnel to participate in continuing education program of personal and professional development. Knowledge. This broad knowledge base you will gain from the modules that you will take will make you perform much better in an interview. They will also assist you in your career and your future master's degree studies. Certification identifies and recognizes those individuals who meet the standard. As our network grows, there will be people looking to hire someone with this qualification. In 5 years, it may be you that is the one that's hiring. Networking. Currently have 12 partner universities as of December 18. Currently have about 600 members worldwide: the USA, the Middle East, Africa, India, Malaysia, Thailand, and Indonesia. Goals: we want to have 5,000 members all over the world. This network of people all over the world who know what AICPE is and knows the value of it will be very important for your career. Your best jobs will come from a referral when one of your friends is recommending you. And in the future, you'll want to hire someone with this qualification. How did we start and build IECPE? In 2007, we began writing the Kolmetz Handbook of Process Equipment Design. We're honored it's been well received all over the world. I'd get emails from students asking for student discounts. The handbook is mostly purchased by companies, so the cost is high for students. So in June of 2014, we developed an idea to start an engineering association and utilize the handbook to train and certify individuals at a student rate. We're now in our 5th year of the association. In April 2015, we started Engineering Practice magazine. The first issue was April 15. 2019 is our 5th year, and readership is approaching 5,000 people per issue. You should consider advertising. Publishing, if you have a great article, you should consider publishing and advertising in Engineering Practice magazine. IECP has 3 levels: Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3. Level 1 assures the fundamentals of engineering. Level 2 and 3 takes the fundamentals and gives practical knowledge you will utilize the rest of your career. When multiple people responded that IECP modules have assisted them in their master's degree studies. University of Malaysia Pahang has started utilizing Level 2 and Level 3 in a master's degree program. The program is called Masters in Process Plant Management. This practical knowledge is what we are utilizing to help in the master's degree program. Keys to become a successful engineer. So the first thing we have to understand is what is success. Okay, then you have to understand who you are. I'm a short person. I'm only 5'8", so I probably wouldn't be a good basketball player. So you need to understand who you are and what you're capable of. You need to understand what are your resources. How much education you're going to need. Should I be a horse or a camel? Make heart and learn from failure. What is success? First, we have to define success. There are many different meanings of success at different ages of your life. Success changes as you get older. At age 3, success is not wetting your pants. At age 10, success is cooking for yourself. At age 12, success is having friends. At age 17, success is having a driver's license. At age 20, success is maybe having more than a friendship relationship. Age 35, Success is having money for shallow people. Shallow people are people that are not smart. At 50, success is plenty of money for very shallow people. At age 60, success is still having more than a friendship relationship. At age 70, success is still having a driver's license. At age 75, success is still having friends. At age 80, success is cooking for yourself. At age 90, success is not wetting your pants. I'm 63. I'm still driving, so I am a success. So what is success for non-shallow people? What is success for smart people? What do you consider success? Where do you want to be at 63? All right? This is what I consider success. Having your health, having friendships, having a family, being stable financially, being able to give back. This is what I consider a success. Maintain your health. You will not be successful or wealthy without maintaining your health. Maintaining your health does not require major knowledge, but it's difficult to accomplish. Eat healthy and exercise. For many people, both are hard to maintain. Friendships. Remember, the most valuable antiques are dear old friends. A friend of mine's child died. I called my father and I said, Dad, what should I say to a friend of mine whose child has died? My dad answered, you don't have to say anything. Just go stand by his side. Sometimes being a friend is go standing by someone's side. Friendships, you'll move in the direction of the people you associate with. You need to associate yourself with the kind of people that you want to become. The friends you have will form you as you go through life. Make good friends and keep them the rest of your life. What is success? Family. Love, laugh, be honest, forgive others. Sometimes you have to forgive others in the family. Our family's just the right mix of chaos and love. So this is my 5 grandchildren. And 2 of my grandchildren are cursed. And people look at me kind of funny when I say that. But 2 of them kind of favor me. So 2 of the 5 grandchildren are cursed. Stable financially, having enough money so that you can make decisions that you want to make about health, friendships, family, and giving back. What is the correct answer here? Rich, poor, happy, or unhappy? A lot of people think this is the correct answer, to be rich, whether you're happy or unhappy. I think this might be more the correct answer, whether you're rich or poor, to be happy. Giving back. Remember, the happiest people are those not getting more, but those giving more. So how can I be successful? Health, friendship, family, stable, being able to give back in your life. Point 2, we've defined what is success. Now understand who you are. You need to understand who you are and what is possible. You need to assess yourself. Again, I'm probably not going to be a good basketball player. So what are things you need to know? What is your IQ? What is your personality? What is your EQ? IQ. The whole cognitive or intellectual abilities required to obtain knowledge and to use that knowledge in a good way to solve problems that have a well-described goal in Scripture. So IQ is your ability to learn. But there are many people with very high IQs that are not successful. What is your IQ? If you're higher than 120, you're in the top 10% of the world. You need about 110 to 115 to pass calculus. If you're higher than 130, you're in the top 2% of the world. If you're higher than 145, you're in the top 0.1% of the world. What is your IQ? Go take an IQ test. There are many free ones on the web. Take several and look at the average of the scores. I got a friend who took one and came back and it was 145 and he refuses to take any more. IQ, this is your ability to learn. If you're below 110, you can still be very successful. You just have to study harder than someone with a 125. What is your personality? If you're shy, you may not want to do public speaking. But you need to understand who you are and what is possible. You need to assess yourself. Take a SWOT review and write down what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, what are your opportunities, what is your review. Take a Briggs-Myers personality test. They're free on the web. Ask someone you trust and like to analyze you. Now, don't be angry if they tell you some negative things. You need to hear the negative things so that you can improve from them. Figure out what you're good at and concentrate your efforts in those areas. A smart fox only chases one rabbit. What is your EQ? Your EQ is your level of ability to understand other people and what motivates them and how to work cooperatively with them. It's how well you work and play with others. Some people have challenges to understand other people, and it's very common. So you need to make an effort to understand the other person's point of view, how well you work and play with others. Most engineers think that being smart is all that matters. Engineers tend to think of themselves as racehorses. We're going to win in any race. If you have a 145 IQ and you're in the top 1% of the world and you will have a brilliant research career, this is true. You do not have to work and play well with others. If you have a 120 IQ and 10% of the world is just as smart as you are, your EQ matters. If you have 130 IQ and only 2% of the world is as smart as your EQ still matters. If you're smart and kind, people will help you. If you're smart and not polite, people will go out of their way not to help you. Some people will actually try to hurt your career and succeed. Resources. What is success? Understand who you are. What are your resources? Today you have unlimited access to knowledge. The internet started in the 1990s. This was my internet as a child. Encyclopedias. Prior to the 1990s, you needed access to books and knowledge. Prior to the 1990s, there was a distinct advantage for students that had access to good libraries. Today, you're on an equal playing field with every student in the world. In your hand, your phone, you have access to every library in the world. Today, if someone obtains more knowledge than you, it's because they worked harder than you did. Today, you're on an equal playing field. Previously, you needed to go to Harvard. You needed to go to Cambridge. You needed to go to a major school that had a major library. That's no longer true today. Today, if someone obtains more knowledge than you, it's because they worked harder than you. Take advantage of the enormous opportunities the information age presents. You have everything you need to go make something meaningful in your life, something you may care deeply about. Your parents didn't have this opportunity. Your grandparents didn't have this opportunity. Even me, I didn't have this opportunity. Go take advantage of the enormous opportunities the information age presents. Go back to your EQ. The development of good interpersonal skills is tantamount to success in your career and life. In today's technical world, everybody has immediate access to technical knowledge. Thus, the people skills are even more important now because you must possess a high EQ to better understand, empathize, and negotiate with others in a global economy. Some people are challenged. They cannot see things from other people's view. Okay? You have to see things from other people's view. Education. Number 4 is education. Beyond all of the devices of human origin is the great equalizer of the conditions of men, the balance wheel of social machinery. Education, the amount of knowledge that you have acquired. It's not necessarily in the classroom. There's been numerous people that's never gone to college that have a huge amount of knowledge. What percent of your education will you acquire in college? I'm 63 years old. My father passed away at 87. My mother's still alive at 88. There's a good chance I'll live to be 85. Average lifespan in the U.S. is about 78. In the last 50 years, lifespan in the U.S. has increased 18 years. If in the next 50 years, lifespan increases 18 years, my son may live to be 100. Most students are less than 25 years old. Let's take Indonesia for an example. Average lifespan in Indonesia today is about 69 years. Since 1960, it has increased 24 years. There's a good chance if you're less than 25, you'll live 90 plus years. Ask the question again. What percent of your education will you acquire in college? Most people think they have acquired most of their education in college. 4 of 90% is about 5%. Let's be nice and say 10% of your education you acquired in college. But by age 30, you should have acquired 30% of your knowledge. A large problem in the world today is that most people stop learning below age 20, and many have less than 10 years actual training. There's a direct relationship between the amount of knowledge you obtain and your happiness in life. And most of this knowledge will be gained outside of a classroom. This is a large problem we have in the world today. Most people are unhappy with their situation in life, but they don't understand it. There's a direct relationship between happiness and the amount of knowledge you obtain. And the more knowledge you obtain, the harder you work, the happier you're going to be in life. If you're going to be world class, I had a student one time ask me, how can I be world class? You must continue learning your education every year of your life. The best people are those who continue to learn all of their life. This is why we put 2 hours continuing education in ICPE. Maybe we need to raise this. 2 hours is not nearly enough. Which is better for a race, a horse or a camel? It has to do with the length of the race. For a 5-kilometer race, a horse may be best. For a 300-kilometer race, a camel may be best. Horses, they need food and rest daily. They can survive about 5 days without water. Very easy to break a leg. Easy to develop stomach issues called colic. They can only eat special diet. You have to, if you're buying hay, you have hay for horses, you have hay for cows. Very temperamental. They'll actually hurt themselves. On fences and in barns, they'll actually hurt themselves. They need constant attention. A camel. Camel can easily survive a journey without water for 3 days, and in cool weather, it can live without water for as long as a month just by eating on vegetation. They can eat cactus. They can live on almost any vegetation. Camels can travel 200 kilometers a day carrying a rider. Arabian baggage camels are heavier, can carry 200 kilograms load up to 100 kilometers a day. Horse versus a camel. Horses are temperamental, more or less pets. Camels do the hard work that is required. Solid contributor to any team. You're getting ready to run a 90-year race. Which are better attributes to have in your race? Temperamental or a solid contributor? Make art. Art isn't just about the canvas or the gallery. It's all around us. Art is what we're doing when we do our best work. Humans have amazing ability to create anything, no matter how small, out of nothing. 2007, decided to write the Kolmetz Handbook of Process Equipment Design. Then we decided to start IECPE, and then we started the Engineering Practice Magazine. So humans have the ability to create anything, no matter how small, out of nothing. Every occupation, from painter to business person, engineer, teacher to chef, requires us to imagine, create, and execute ideas. No matter what task you have, do it the best you can, make art. Even if you're sweeping the floor, do it the best you can, and people will notice and open doors of opportunity for you. What was Cinderella's story? Her mother dies. Her father dies. She becomes the maid in her father's house. Even though she's the maid, she had a positive attitude and was kind. Even in bad situations, you can have a positive attitude and be kind. It will not work well in your life if you sweep things under the rug. Life has a way of equalizing things out. Here's the truth. If you consistently do good work, people will notice slowly. If you consistently do poor work, people will notice quickly. Learn from failure. Had a young engineer after one of the lectures come up and tell me, he says, "How do I get over fear of failure?" He said, "I know I need to move, but I'm afraid to fail." And I said, "You're going to fail. Expect it. It's part of the learning process." Who here has not failed before? If you're honest, it's 100%. Every one of us has failed. How did you learn to walk? You fell down a lot of times. That's just the learning process. Failure is a fundamental part of learning. Fail is first attempt in learning. The past equals the future. So if you continue the same old thinking, you'll get the same old results. Okay? We have to change and learn from the past. So the failures, we have to learn and get better. The future does not equal the past if you learn from your failures. Fear of failure or even fear of success often prevents us from taking action and putting our creation out there in the world. Nothing will be perfect, no matter how much we try. But a lot of times, opportunities will be lost if we wait for things to be right. Sometimes what we call failure is really just the necessary struggle called learning. The best people in the world work hard. They're kind and honest. They act like a camel. They make art, and they learn from failure. What is success? Understand who you are. What are your resources? Education, not only during school, the rest of your life. A horse versus a camel. Make art. Learn from failure. The sad thing will be if you're 63 and you are smart enough and you had opportunities, but you didn't work hard enough. You don't want to be there. Most of you are smart enough to be successful. You have the resources to be successful. Now, are you going to work hard enough to be successful? Talk a little bit about IECPE and how we can help you. IECPE has 3 levels, level 1, level 2, and level 3. Level 1 assures the fundamentals of engineering. So level 1 will assure that you have a solid fundamentals of engineering. Level 2 and level 3 takes the fundamentals and then gives practical knowledge you'll use the rest of your career. And this knowledge is what you're going to sell in your career. Level 1, we have 7 tests: solid fluid mechanics, thermodynamics, engineering strengths, physics, electric, engineering ethics. If you were to go purchase these modules separately, it would cost around $1,000 US dollars. Level 2, okay, there's 7 modules. There's piping fluid flow, project management, statistical process control, and then you choose 4 additional modules from the 50 plus chapters of the Kolmetz Handbook of Process Equipment Design. Okay, These 7 modules would be greater than $3,500 if you bought them separately at KLM Technology Group website. Remember, we told you that the book was expensive, but if you join IACPE, you can buy them at a reasonable cost. Level 3, again, you have 3 modules, and you get to choose 4 more from the Kolmetz Handbook of Process Equipment Design. The real value of CPE certification is level 2 and level 3. All 3, level 1, level 2, and 3, the total value is over $8,000. And you can, if you join IACPE, you can purchase these modules and this training at a very low cost. IACPE, certification, knowledge, certification, networking. All the best in your career and life.